Good news! Good news! The old element came today for the new pot, or the boil pot. It's a bigger element in regards to the rubber. I've got rubber through the hole more than I did on the old one, and it's gone in a treat, nice and tight. I've filled her up and there's no leaking. Shall we have a look? Hey. Shall we have a look? Oh, don't mind that being open. Doing a few bits in there as well. Yeah, so there's more rubber there, look guys. And she's leak free. So I've put the cap back on her and put the front back on the plug, and everything's wired up well. And we'll do another test in the morning on the boil, see if we get any leaks when she's boiling, but I don't think we will because it's tight as a mouthful. Okay, fans. I had the old HLT wired up. I'll show you in a second. Let me shut this door. The control panel. Okay, so there she is. Let's turn off what's his name? So yeah, the HLT look is sat up on the shelf where it lives now, and she's wired up to the mains power. There you go, look, and she's also up to the mains water, which is fantastic. I don't know what you can see in there. Oh, you can see the coil. So there's the coil, and this is the in and out for the coil. And we are no leaking from the 10mm. You can see the 10mm there, and there we're no leaking. And I had that full to the brim the other day and had her running. She runs perfectly well, and that full tank got up to 80 degrees in no time at all. Well, it seemed like no time. I was doing stuff in here, but it got up to 80 and then started pulsing, which was good. So that's working. PID was switching the power on and off through the solid state relay, and you could really hear it keeping it at 80 degrees. Didn't know I could do motorbike impressions. And as you know, the solid state relays get warm when they do that because there's a lot of power going through them. They're turning on and off quite quickly, and I put my hand on top of the box here, and it was getting pretty warm. It wasn't that warm that you couldn't put your fingers or touch it, but it was getting warm nevertheless. Now these are 40 amp, so they are well in the limit for what I'm using them for. So what I've done is I've done this little trick. Computer fans. So this is a pusher. So this pushes the air out. So this is going to be on this side, and I've also got let's drop down here, and that one blows the air in. So I've already made the hole for that. So that sits on there like that with the wire inside. So that's going to be drawing air in straight over the solid state relay that's in there, and then this one will be pulling the hot air out. So it's a push-pull. There's the first fan, and there's the second fan. So this is dragging the warm air out, and this is pushing the cold air in. So they're wired up inside on a block, and this cable here I'm gonna have to tidy up. That runs to the socket. So let's try it. You can see the fins for the heat disperser on the solid state relay there. So that's pushing cold air onto that, and this is dragging the warm air out. Another day is almost done. So now the fans are attached and running. Oh, beautiful. We're going to do a bit of a pulse test with the HLT. So we're gonna turn the HLT on now. I've just set it at 65 degrees, and let's flick on the HLT now, and we'll get her up to temp, get her pulsing, and then see if we've solved the heating issue. See if we can blow some of that hot air out and keep the solid state relay a little bit cooler. That's the plan. But yeah, going all right so far. So we've got the new element in, like we said. The only thing we've got to do now is sort the fan out, just pull it out of it so it's not catching, and I think that's it then. So drop the temperature to 40 degrees, just so we can get there a bit quicker. And we're at 37 and it's pulsing. You can see it's slowing them elements down, pulsing them on and off, so on and off, so it doesn't overshoot, I'm guessing, because it knows it's getting closer. And that is as cool as a cucumber there. It is cold. So we'll leave it a bit longer and see how it progresses. But that's doing a fantastic job of blowing the cold air over them fins, keeping it cool. Brilliant. 40 degrees, and it's still pulsing, and it is cold. So yeah, leave it a bit longer, see how we go. But I think that sorted it. Fantastico. So while the test is underway on the HLT, it's doing a marvellous job. It rose up to 42 degrees and then shut the elements off, and it's now just dropped down to 41 degrees, and we can pick out it's just started pulsing again. It's stopped, so it's just it's doing a good job of keeping it around 40 degrees, which is good, and still cool as a cucumber on there. Let's have a look at the fridge, the fermentation fridge. Didn't show it you last week's Homebrew Wednesday because we were upstairs doing a bit of a quick one for New Year's Eve, but let's have a look at it. So here we are. Here's the fridge. Still got to do a bit of tidying up. Son of a dick. But there she is. Just doing a test again with the water in the fermentation vessel, and we've got the heater on the bottom. The plank of wood which makes the shelf, which has got holes in it all the way along it, and I've just moved the probe into a jam jar with water in it to keep it at a constant, but it reads a better temperature in there. And because the water was a touch too warm, 20 degrees, the fridge has come on, so it's all working well. So yeah, everything seems to be going to plan so far. Still at 41. This has been running now for about 40 minutes, so it's been pulsing away for throughout that 40 minutes, and cool. So I'm bloody happy. It's worked a treat. Fantastic. So cracked on again this morning, this next day. So as you know, HLT is done, and we're just trying out the boil pot again. I've just wired up the element, put the socket back on, and she is away. We're at 90 degrees in the boil, and I've crudely attached the extractor vent to the fan, and we've had the fan out, and we've trimmed the blades, and she's running smoothly now. So what I've got to do is, I've got a lid here under here that I'm going to make into a drip catcher and weight to attach that to. So that sits over the hole, so any steam that comes back down here that condenses catches in that lid and doesn't go back into the pot. And also here I'm going to put probably a soil pipe clip there, so I can feed the pipe through and drop it down, so it's not looped like that. But if we go outside, she's steaming away. So the fan's kicking it out, which is good. It's all good. And got the old fans running, keeping everything nice and cool as cucumbers. So yeah, 92 degrees. Not a bit of steam in here. 101 degrees. I've just started to boil. There she is, boiling away. So I've got to alter the stat. Got to adjust that, knock it down a degree because we're boiling. But yeah, there you go. No, it's not very clear, but got a good rolling boil there. Fantastic. And the fan's held up, which is good. See it kicking the steam out there. So it's done, I think, for the boil pot. Thank God. Excellent. Day 3, Monday. We have more fans installed in here. Ooh. Yeah, the old fermentation fridge to keep it at a more constant temperature, more reliable reading on the old stat. I've fitted 2 fans in here. Probably doesn't need 2, but yeah, they're kicking out a fair amount. But I thought I'd put 2 in. It'll just keep everything moving around. And then the old vessel sits on there, so just got to stick a bit of tape around this block, and yeah, another job done. She's done. So the test continues now. See if we can maintain a more constant temperature now. It's a lot better now. The air's moving about inside there, but there's one there and one down there. So yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Hey, 17.9 degrees. Yeah. So with the fans in, I'm eating a cracker. So with the fans in the fermentation chamber, I've seen a better temperature, more constant temperature. Around 18 degrees. The fans are still whirling away, and lovely in there. Fantastic. So that's it, guys. That is it for another Homebrew Wednesday. Hopefully this one's been a bit more interesting than the others. Cracked on, done a few more things. So yeah, all I need now is to get the pumps set up with the connectors for the hose, and we're away. Can't believe it. I won't believe it till we do the first brew. So that's it, guys. So stay tuned, keep safe, pinky out, and I'll see you very soon. I'm out of here.